Fair Game Radio. Shoutcast, music shows, lemon party.
What?
Alright gamers, welcome back. Tonight we're going to be casting round 4 of the Cybergamer Invitational Ladders. My name is Triumph Man and joining me in the studio once again is OMG Blood. Blood, how are you feeling about this game tonight?
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about this one tonight. Should be a good matchup tonight against both teams because both teams are quite evenly matched and should be a good one.
Okay, well, I'll just call out the teams we've got actually. Tonight we've got Surefire Gaming versus Cash Money Heroes, and we've got some very quick bans coming out at the moment. So from Surefire Gaming, we've got Surefire Gaming starting off on the Legion team. They banned Swiftblade, followed up by Gladiator from Spot the Aussie. Spot the Aussie obviously not wanting Roger Dodger to play Gladiator. And then Chicanery has banned Pandemonium. After that, Spot the Aussie has banned Myrmidon. And then we've got Bombardier and then Thunderbringer banned. So just looking, we've got 6 bans, just waiting on 2 more to round it out. As King Jizz is calling out, what do we do now? Roger can't play Gladiator, so they're screwed. As it looks like Roger Dodger is ghost picking Rampage. I would actually like to see that run. I would actually like to see the Unicorn Rampage run. That would be quite hilarious. But we've got Dr. Repulsor now banned, so it looks like we've got some fairly textbook bans. As Soul Stealer they round out the ban with Soul Stealer. Obviously, Spot the Aussie doesn't want Class to get his hands on Soul Stealer. Class playing a fairly nasty Soul Stealer when he can. But let's see. So we've got the picking phase coming up now. Looks like Surefire Game is going to take the first pick. But yeah, the bans look pretty textbook. We've got Myrmidon banned, so we won't be seeing him run a trial. He gets run a lot. I've seen both. I've actually seen Cash Money Heroes, every chance they get, they pick up Myrmidon and run him in their trial and as one of their supports. But the first picks come out from Surefire Gaming and they picked up Bubbles straight up. So Bubbles quite a strong hero, can take up a good solo lane, and if he has a good game, he can really tear tri lanes apart. So it's definitely a hero to watch out for. But we've also had Wretched Hag and Slither picked up by Cash Money Heroes. Both heroes are quite strong. Slither in particular, you can play him several ways. You can run him as a roamer or a ganker, or you can use him as a solo pusher. But yeah, if you give him they take a tri lane and go tri lane versus tri lane, Slither is quite a nasty opponent solo against, very difficult to 1v1 against. As it looks like King Jitters has picked up Devourer and Chaos for Life has picked up Witch Slayer. So going to be interesting to see where they play the Devourer, because I thought they were going to send Bubbles mid, but apparently not. Looks like he's going to go up against the side lane. They're not going to pick up, say, a secondary like Valkyrie to do it. That's my assumption anyway, unless Surefire have something else up their sleeve. But I'll just switch over to you, Blood. What do you make of these picks so far?
Yeah, the picks are pretty straightforward at the moment. As you said, we got Bubbles, Devourer, Witch Slayer for the Legion team, and Hag and Slither for the Hellboy team. We do see Bob ghost picking Pharaoh, and he has picked up Pharaoh. And Darkslayer is ghost picking Andromeda, but yes, he has picked up Andromeda and switched that with Darkslayer.
Don't know about straightforward. Like everything here is like a fairly common pick apart from Devourer. Obviously, looks like Surefire Gaming decided they're going to do a team ice and run something a bit off the beat, something a little bit different. As we've got Class ghost picking Tempest at the moment. Roger Dodger is switching through several heroes, but finally setting on Rampage again. Don't know if he's going to run that or not. If he's just trolling around. But true, really. I do like the Legion team, the Hellboy's team lineup a lot at the moment. It's quite a strong lineup. Although I do question what they're going to do, if they're going to have Hag solo mid and then put Pharaoh in the side lane, or if they're going to put Hag in the side lane and have Pharaoh solo mid. But it looks like with Andromeda and Slither, they're going to try and run them in the tri lane. I really doubt they're going to put Hag and Pharaoh in the tri lane, and that's one thing that bothers me. If they're not going to pick a ranged carry to go in the tri lane, they're going to have possibly a little bit of trouble, because Slither and Andromeda are quite short ranged and may have a bit of trouble keeping up with the harassment in the tri lane. Of course, harassing being a big part of playing in a tri lane. But it looks like we've had Magnus picked up and switched over to Chaos for Life, as now Class is going to be playing Witch Slayer. I'm not sure if he's going to play a support role. They're going to have him run around, just if they're going to play him as a solo player, Dota style, where they have Demon Witch play as a strong solo. But it looks like we're still waiting on Roger Dodger to pick up his hero. I wonder if he will go with Rampage or not. They're feeling, looks like Surefire Gaming feeling a little cocky that they can play a very offbeat lineup, as we've got just Rampage So we've got Rampage filling out the lineup. So they've got Bubbles, which is a standard pick. Magma's fairly standard. And then we've got Witch Slayer, also fairly standard. But then we've got Roger Dodger playing Rampage, and then King Jitter's playing Devour. Now, I'm just looking at their lineup, trying to think of what they're going to do. If they put Devour mid, have Bubbles solo, are they going to put Magnus, Witch Slayer, and Rampage in a tri-lane? I don't know. What's your guess, Blood?
I'm not too sure about that either. Yeah, as you said, Devour is probably most likely going to go mid and Bubbles solo in the lane, but I'm not quite sure about that tri-lane, if it's going to like work together between the heroes. I'm not really sure about that.
Who knows? Maybe they won't do a tri-lane. Maybe they'll do what Triple H did versus Fives the other night, where they did a 2-2-1 lineup versus a tri-lane, and that worked out quite effectively. Actually, really, they conceded the tri-lane, lost that, but they put a solo hero versus a tri-lane, lost that, but then they had their 2 double lanes just completely crush and own, so they conceded 1 lane to win 2. As we see Roger Dodger switching over to Rainbow Rampage, being the, in my opinion, better looking one of the 2. So we're going to see some possibly some crazy rainbows flying around. As we've got Predator rounding out the Cash Money Heroes pick. Really not sure about that as a carry, although of course we do have quite a few strength heroes on the Legion team. So Predator will be able to eat through their HP fairly, but I don't know, Rampage. Ironically, Rampage is actually fairly decent against Predator, being able to knock him around a fair bit, and the fact that his ult is able to disable Predator through his natural Stonehide, which is quite useful if they can just get in there and isolate him. But of course, we do need to keep in mind that the Hellborn team has really good initiation between Pharaoh and Andromeda. They've got some really strong initiation, but I really don't know about that tri-lane. I'm not too comfortable with that tri-lane.
Yeah, I'm not sure how good they're going to go in it either. Since they don't really have much range except for Hag, and Hag's possibly going to go solo lane. Yeah, and Sither and Jomina, as you said, they do not have a lot of attack range between them, so they might get a bit out-farmed and a bit more harassed by the Legion team in the tri-lane.
Not sure about that, because they're going to be, I don't agree with the tri-lane setup, but the Legion team is, they've gone for a very different team to say the least, and their tri-lane isn't that strong either. I mean, if they're going to run, my assumption is they're going to run Magnus, Witch Slayer, and Rampage in a tri-lane, so, I mean, that's only 1 range between them, so Slither and Andromeda could handle that between them. But if it was a more standard one, with 2 600 range support heroes like Voodoo and Glacius, they probably would have a lot more trouble keeping up with it. But as it is, neither tri-lane is insanely strong, so I don't think it's too much to worry about at this stage. But still, going to be interesting to see where they go, because I'm really not sure how the Legion team how Surefire are going to play this. They have a very, what you could say, a very cocky lineup. They feel very comfortable. I feel they've got the room to experiment, so they're not too worried about their opponents. As we're just waiting here for Chicanery to finish reconnecting. But I'm just trying to look through it. It looks like Andromeda's picking up the wards, so she is most likely going to wind up that tri-lane, but still not sure what they're going to do with it. But anyway, while waiting for this pause to finish, Blood, given that both teams are on equal skill level, which team here do you favour to win from the lineup?
I'm going to have to say Cash Money Heroes on this one.
Yeah, I agree. Their lineup is definitely a lot more stock standard as opposed to the Legion's team. Although that said, between Bubbles and Magnus, they do have some. If they can get their portal keys, they can have some really, really strong initiation there, and it would be enough to rival both Pharaoh and Andromeda. As Pharaoh's picked up Tormented Soul first. Now that's something I don't really agree with doing personally. I prefer to pick up Mummy straight away, as I find it has way more utility. Just that you can use it defensively in the lane to look after yourself, especially if you're going solo versus a tri-lane. You'll need those mummies to look after yourself. And even if you do get into a fight, Tormented Soul, level 1 Tormented Soul doesn't do a whole lot, whereas mummies, it's a good 2-second stun. If you can get someone to set up a slow or a stun on an opponent, it's just like a 2-second disable. It can cut people off. I find that way more useful than picking up the first level of Tormented Soul. At level 1.
And it's also true damage as well, so it will do a substantial more damage than the level 1 Tormented Soul. Yes,
the true damage knocking people around is always useful, as well as the mana management that it provides. We see Witchslayer has come out to the lane with all of 2 wards. Class going for an early bottle. I'm not sure what Class is up to here. Or did he buy the monkey and upgrade it? I'm not sure if he did that. Yeah, I think Class actually spent...
Yeah.
I think Class upgraded the monkey straight away. So he's spent all 600 gold on support. Yeah, so a bit brave from him. Obviously, he feels fairly comfortable about being able to take on this lane. As it looks like, yeah, he is right. They are going to be up against a solo Pharaoh, so he's not going to have any problems with that at all. But yeah, it looks like the Legion team, the Hellborn team doesn't have to worry about their range at all. They don't have to worry about clashing against another tri-lane because they're going to be up against a solo bubble, so it's no problem at all. As we see Devour sitting, King Jitters just sitting in mid versus Hag. Looks like he's taking a bit of damage from the illusion rune there. And Hag's just chasing around, causing havoc for him. But I'm just looking at Bubbles, just looks like he's going to have a lot of trouble. This is a really annoying lane to lane against. With once Slither starts getting toxicity up and wards, he's just going to be quite irritating. But we look like we've got Classy heading mid, trying to set up a gank as we see the stun come out, catching Wretched Hag before she can blink. But it looks like nothing's going to come from it as she's harassing him, making him back off there. As King Jitters wasn't ready to get stuck in. So I'm just watching Pharaoh get harassed and stunned and beat up. At the moment, he's getting smacked around quite badly. As it also looks like Chicanery is just going to hide in the trees there. I thought he was in trouble being beaten up, but apparently not. He's just taking cover, as it were, as we see Class preparing to roll around the mid possibly again. Not sure what Class is up to at the moment. Since Bubbles has eaten his way into the trees there. I'm just wondering if...
not much Bubbles can do at the moment, since he's against the trailing top, and Slither and Andromeda just prowling around. I'm not sure if they know that he's there, but if they do catch him out, this is going to be game over for Bubbles.
He's got enough for a shell surf, so he should be alright, but I'm just surprised that, as you said, Slither and Andromeda are roaming around there, and they haven't yet noticed that there are some trees missing. Of course, we weren't paying close enough attention. But yeah, Bubbles has eaten his way into there rather than shell serving in, which I found interesting. It doesn't look like there's a whole lot happening at the moment, as I'm just looking for Witchslayer. He's dropped both his wards, picked up a health potion, so it looks like Class is going to play a roaming Witchslayer. Which should be quite interesting to watch if he can set anything up, although it's going to be quite difficult to set up anything on Hag at this point in time. See Pharaoh just firing some more Tormented Souls at King Jitters in mid. But yeah, Pharaoh really not able to do anything. Rampage just keeping him completely away from the creep. Every time he tries to get near him, Rampage just bashes him in the face. As we see them spinning around in unison. But it looks like Class has got a haste rune. He's coming back to... Looks like he's going to try and slip a gank on Rusty. Rusty way out of range. Not going to be able to do anything to him. So again, just looking at the skill builds at the moment. Andromeda's got Comet, which is normal. Darkslayer's gone for 1-1 and 1 of all 3 skills. That's fairly usual. But there's not a lot to say really. I see Devour going for a 2 in hook, 1 in decay, and 1 in armor. Also fairly regular. Class still level 1. Roger Dodge is still level 1. Roger Dodge, Pharaoh just cannot do a damn thing here. They're not letting him like even stay in experience range. Every time he tries to get near this creep, Roger Dodge is there keeping him away. As it looks like Magnus is the carry in this lane, so we're trying to get him an early port key, a very early port key. As we see Pharaoh finally hitting level 2 and Roger Dodger again coming out to push him off as... Damn, we missed that action there. As Hag goes down to Class and King Jitters, the Witchslayer and Devour combo. But did you manage to catch that, Blood?
Yeah, I did. Devour got a nice hook off onto the Hag then, and Witchslayer followed up with a stun, and just the rot eating away onto Hag got the kill off.
Yeah.
And Bubbles got sore there in the forest by Slither and just got a poison spray. And so they are aware he's just there, but he's not doing much at the moment. This Predator's getting some pretty good farm. He's currently sitting on 22 creep kills compared to Magnus, which is on 25, so they're both quite evenly matched at the moment.
Well, as we see, Devour has bottled a haste rune. It's coming mid, going to go up to Hag. No, cancels the hook, doesn't go through with it. Changes his mind as he gets harassed around by Hag there. But really, as we see the hook come out on Hag, but she immediately blinks away, so good hook from Jitters, but not able to land anything as we see Andromeda roaming to mid. Looks like she's going to try and set up a gank, but this ward here from Class is going to stop him from, or maybe not, as Devara's still hanging around, but he's popped the haste. He should be fine as he gets hit again, but still got that haste up as he hooks. Misses, narrow miss there. Nice try. If he'd managed to drag Andromeda under the tower, she would have been in quite a bit of trouble. As it wasn't to be, as we see Class again roaming back towards mid. He's picked up his boots, and he's got another ward on him. As it looks like he's going to try and get Devara to set up another hook and then follow up with a stun to catch him out. As we also see Roger Dojo roaming to mid with Rainbow Rampage. Not sure what Roger is up to at the moment. I guess they decided that Magnus is fine all on his own versus Pharaoh. Pharaoh quite badly under level, stuck on level 3. Whereas Chicanery has managed to get up to level 4, so Chicanery faring a little bit better. As we see Roger Dojo again rolling back up to top here with Rampage, and Class coming in behind Hag. Hag stuffing up her blink there. Not looking too good there as the Minimize comes out as well. Although Devara, not sure about that, feeling very brave, almost taking himself out with a rock, but surviving in the end. And then Hag getting cleaned up by Rainbow Rampage. So looks like Surefire are making the most of their rather offbeat heroes. Mid has managed to pick up 2 kills on Hag already, as we see Pharaoh still not faring too well versus Magnus. And Bubbles has changed hiding spots at the moment. As we see, looks like Rampage is coming top to gank Blood.
Yeah, Rampage is just heading up here to Bubbles where he was hiding just before. I'm not quite sure if they're going to be able to do anything here, because since Rampage is only level 2, he mightn't have the strength or the damage to do anything at the moment. We do see Pudge go in there with the haste rune trying to hook Hag, but she just blinks away. And we do see KS for Life playing Magnus down at bottom. He has enough money now to pick up a portal key at 6 minutes 40, so that is a very, very fast portal key pickup there if he buys it at the moment.
We also saw Class roaming up to top, trying to get a gank up on the trial, but not happening, as he's now just rewarding and roaming back to mid. Might go for another gank, or if he's just yeah, looks like they're going for another gank on Hag at the moment. As I see Magnus and Pharaoh skirmishing, but here comes Class coming in behind Hag. Looks like he's getting stuff not fast enough. Hag blinks away this time and doesn't screw it up, so getting away safely this time. For a change, as we see Andromeda roaming down the mid. Looks like she's coming down to support Hag, who's sit there in a fair bit of trouble, although it doesn't look like she's going to be able to do anything. Oh wait, no, there we go. That ward's about to expire. Depends if no, Andromeda's shown herself, so she's not going to be able to do anything to help out Hag. Besides keeping Devara back, Devara not wanting to get near that extra stun, as he's on fairly low HP, could get nuked down if he's not careful. Hag being level 7, so she's got to roll. Looking at Magnus versus Pharaoh some more. Pharaoh catching up a little bit. Magnus has bought Steam Boots and doesn't look like he's gone for the early port kit, as we see Andromeda roaming down at bottom now. Although maybe she's checked, she was just camping for Rune, which is top, and it's going to be picked up by Devara. Devara bottling invisibility Rune, although he's going to get spotted by this ward here. Spot the Aussies put up a good ward there. There's also another one here watching the tri-lanes back, so it looks like Devara has been seen. They know he's got the invis rune and he's coming top, so I don't think he's going to be able to do anything here unless he can get a good hook off. As Andromeda has indeed roamed bottom. I'm just trying to find Magnus's gold at the moment. He's got 1,300 gold. He's spent his early money on a Steam Boots. So I don't know if he's trying to go carry Magnus or something interesting. But here we go. Devara roaming up to top with his invisibility. So doesn't look like anything's going to come from it though, Blood.
No, Spot the Aussies put up 2 great wards there. One for seeing when they're coming up the top river, and one right next to where Devara would be hooking. And yeah, Sliver's just backed away into the forest, and they're aware of that. And Predator just said, "Oh, I'm not hanging around here. I'm going to the jungle to farm some creeps." And yeah, as you said before, Chaos for Life picked up the Steam Boots. I'm not sure why he did that. He maybe picked it up just to have that little bit extra strength instead of picking up the braces, but I'm not quite sure. I would have rather liked the portal key first instead of the Steam Boots. That's just my opinion. What do you think about that?
All I can think of is he's trying to play a carry Magnus or something, because he's obviously not worried about ganking. He's just been farming the whole time, so Obviously, it's in their plan that he's supposed to be farming, but on those wards that spot the Aussies place, I don't like the second one that's above the hard camp. I prefer to put that out in the lane around about here, just out in the lane to watch the tower, to watch for any TP ganks, because that's one of the things tri-laners need to watch out for.
Yeah.
The people TPing in. I just feel that if you put it out there, you telegraph their movement going into that spot to cam, and you'll also be able to watch out for TP ganks, which that one, although it can spot them trying to gank you from behind, that doesn't keep an eye out for TP gankers, and they can just run straight out the lane and jump you unexpectedly. It looks like we're going to have some action bottom here with Bubbles porting to bottom, and he's also been backed up by Rampage, Witchslayer, and Magnus as well. As it looks like all five are coming bottom. Devara picking up another invisibility rune, so we hear the stun come out, although I think it missed there, as we've got Magnus stunning all three of them there, and the Bubbles ult comes out. Rampage pounding away on Andromeda. Andromeda looks like she's in a fair bit of trouble. Pharaoh escaping at low HP. Jitters throws out the hooks but misses. Rampage goes down to Hag, and it looks like Class is going to go down to Hag as well. Class picking up, Hag picking up a double kill. She might get a hat trick here if she can just get the last attack in on, although here comes Jitters with the Devourer ult. Hag been pinned down here. Hag in a lot of trouble. Magnus coming in to finish it off. So Chaos for Life picking up another kill as well. As we see, Slither might have a bit of a problem here as he's about to be jumped on by an invisible Devourer. King Jitters having popped that invisibility rune, although it looks like he doesn't know he's in trouble. He's going to hang around, or no, he is going to back off. Although, doesn't look like it's going to help him out too much, as he is in a bit of trouble here. Although, Jitters messing up the hook quite badly. They're missing a point-blank range hook. It's a little bit embarrassing from him there. But anyway, slightly embarrassing hook from him. Jitters,
I'm not quite sure what he was trying to do then, or...
Well, Kujo says that the stuns and ult from Magnus that made Reiki CPK jizz all over his computer, whereas in fact Kujo using Magnus under shared control. And after watching that hook, I'm inclined to believe Kujo's story. So Jitters, man, don't want to do that again. As we're now watching, Rampage has gone top to do a bit of farming, but looks like he's in a fair bit of trouble here, as we've got three Hellborn players surrounding him at the moment. As Pharaoh ults his way in, uses the mummies, but a good smooth work there from Roger, just using the charge to get outside of the mummies. Of course, not managing to save him then, being completely outgunned, but it was quick thinking for him just to use the charge to get outside with the mummies, using it to leap over the top of them onto another target. But we see Andromeda camping a haste rune here, making motions that she wants someone to come and pick it up. Although it looks like she's going to have to pick it up, as Bubbles is coming down here to pick it up. So Andromeda's picked up the haste rune. Is she going to go and run from a gank? As we see Devara is trying to set up a kill here. Although it doesn't look like it's going to happen, as it seems that the Hellborn team know he's there. They're pinging his location. Or maybe they don't. I'm not sure. Blood, looks like we're going to have to see a bit of action here in the neutrals.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, we see the hook that go out there onto Slither, and Slither will get taken down. And we just see Devourer here getting hit by Predator. And that Hag ult missed Devourer, but Predator still got the kill on. And we do see Bubbles get beaten around here, and Rampage comes in. But we're not gonna see another... Oh, no, Andromeda... Oh, wait, yes, Andromeda gets taken down there by Bubbles at the death, and Magnus comes in and uses his ult, but it doesn't seem to get anyone. He's still getting chased by Predator, and Magnus will go down here by Predator. And yes, the rocket comes out there by Pharaoh, just cleaning up Magnus. So that was a great fight there by both teams, exchanging spells, and we did see a few kills get down there. What were your thoughts on that fight there?
Unexpected late appearance from Magnus, although I believe he's picked up that port key, just suddenly coming in with an ult. So it was a good stun from him, although it didn't look like it. It looked like he wanted to be there about 10 seconds earlier, would have been that much more effective. Didn't really have a good setup of targets to go for. But it should be noted that Predator has picked up Steam Boots and an Ice Brand at the moment, so he's looking fairly farmed. He's looking like he's getting his farm on fairly well. So we see a bit of action at mid. Devourer getting stunned there under the tower range. He's trying to use his ult to save himself, but it's not going to happen there, as Hag just tanks it and the tower finishes him off there. Well, actually no, he actually managed to kill himself with the rod, so one of the more annoying things about Devourer, he managed to take himself out, so you get no experience and no money from it. Though he loses money, but he doesn't really give a damn because he's Devourer and doesn't need to carry with it. As we see, looks like Roger Dodger has charged someone. We've got the rainbows coming out here, the rainbow charge happening. Looks like Hag's into trouble, though. No, she's blinked away. And then, yep, cops a charge in the face, gets smacked around here. Bubbles blinking in as we hear the Witchslayer ult come out. Hag goes down. Vera ults in quite late, managing to hit Roger Dodger, but it's not going to happen. Nothing's going to come out of it. As we see Magnus stunning, good stun on Slither there, as Vera is just going to port away. So that was good play by the Legion team there. Definitely looks like Roger, as he picked up something, he tanked that fairly well. No, looks like Rampage doesn't have a whole lot there. Just had a good charge set up and managed to dodge most of the attacks by the looks of it. But just having a look at the skill builds, we've got Rusty with 1 in Hellfire, 1 in Wall of Mummies, and then 4 in Tormented Soul, and 1 in Wrath of the Pharaoh. That's a fairly standard build, just using Tormented Soul to harass the crap out of people. But I'm looking at Hag, she's gone for a 4-4 and 1 in her ult. She hasn't bothered to pick up any levels of Haunt. I think the community is fairly split over whether or not you should level up Haunt at all. Early, of course, Haunt adding a stack load of damage if you can get it early, but she's decided she wants the mobility of a low-level Flash of Darkness. Of course, the more you level it up, the gets a little bit of range, if I remember correctly, and the cooldown drops quite significantly, being one of the most important aspects. So we see the Hellborn team roll up here into the jungle looking for Devour, but they don't manage to catch him out here, as we see. I think they must have seen him go up there with the wards there. Also looking at Magnus. Magnus has Magnus has 4 in Lava Surge, 1 in Steam Bath, 2 in Volcanic Touch, and 2 in the Tribute Boost. So it looks like he's picked up 2 levels early in Volcanic Touch because he wants to use it to farm. And of course we've seen Magnus farming away here. And actually, what's he picked up? No, he's still got the Steam Boots and a PK. What's he saving it up? What's he sitting on there? He's sitting on 800 gold. He has a pretty good 300 GPM, so that's fair enough as he gets a stun out on Hag there. Hag looks like she's getting forced to get back there. As no, which they're not really going to be in range, although Hag actually might be in a little bit of trouble here if she gets stunning him. No, manages to blink away before the stun comes out. As we see Pharaoh also pointing, although Devour behind enemy lines now. Do they know he's there? They should know he's there. Actually, there's a ward spotting him actually, so you're quite aware that he's there. As I'm just looking for Rampage. Rampage has charged someone. No, he's just finished charging someone. And he's now backing off there. But Magnus going for the early farm, but looks not sure what he's going to try and pick up next, whether he's going to try and pick up carry items. That's what I'm most interested to see how, or really what plans that Surefire have for him. As I'm just looking at class as well. He's just got fairly basic items, Striders, and that's Power Spline's about it because he's been supporting so hard. As we see another missed hook from King Jitters over there. It looks like we're going to have a bit of action here at the bottom blood.
Yeah, we do see Rampage. I heard the charge go off, but it looks like he cancelled it quite early. I was just thinking, I'm not quite sure how Magnus is going to go against Predator late game, because if this goes to late game, Predator is just going to annihilate their whole team, and Magnus is not really a carry hero to be said. He's more of a ganking hero. So if Predator can get fed, and he has got the Frostburn and the Blessed Orb, so he's going. Oh, we do see Pharaoh blink onto Devour there and get the kill, but Witchlay comes in and cleans up Hag with the stun and the ultimate, and Magnus coming in a little bit late, but he still manages to get the kill, and Witchlay goes down there to the Andro stun and the Predator leap, and yeah, so that was a good work there by the Hellborn team coming in and cleaning up that Witchlay. They did see their teammate in trouble. We do see the hook go there onto Slither, a nice hook there by Devour, and managing to take down the kill. And that is the end of the action for that fight at the moment. Oh wait, we do see Predator here might get caught out, but no, he knows that they're coming. We do see Andro get charged by Rampage. We saw the rainbows go everywhere there, and Magnus jump into Andro and get the stun off and get the kill. So great work there by the Legion team. Who would you have to say got off on top in that fight?
Definitely a lot of back and forth. There is both teams porting in people in a hurry to reinforce both teams in the fight. But I think fairly sure that the Legion team came out on top in the end there with King Jitters, Devour showing back up, managed to get a hook off on this time landing it instead of missing it. And then, of course, the charge managed to picking off Andro, and then Magnus is blinking in and getting that stun off as well. So I'm fairly sure that Surefire came out on top in the end. But as you said, really, the Legion team don't have a whole lot of late game potential in their hands, and they're probably going to have a lot of trouble dealing with Predator later in the game. So they're going to need to get their push happening early, or they're just going to really needs to pull out some really miracle style plays to end this if this game goes late. As we see Bubbles firing out some more shells. Also, We saw a little bit earlier Hag porting into mid, and of course showing why that you really should not port in line of sight of Devour unless you're feeling really lucky. Devour just timing his hook and having it hit Hag just as she finished porting in and then dragging it back. Fortunately for her, I think it was Andromeda showed up in time to stop her from being killed. We see Rampage charging Slither there and then immediately being leaped on by Predator, but then porting away to safety as we see Bubbles also throwing a shell in, so I'm not sure if Roger knew that there was that many opponents there and then decided, oh crap, got to TP out in a hurry. But I'm just looking at his build actually, his skill build. We've got only one level in Stampede as we see Pharaoh hook his way in and then Devour accidentally hooking, or maybe on purpose hooking Bubbles. Pharaoh goes down. We've got Devour ulting Predator as Predator gets dragged under the tower by Rampage. Predator taking a lot of damage there, going down in the end of the tower and Rampage. As we see Hag also blinking away, using a regen rune, so she might be back in the fight quite soon. Magnus is looking fairly vulnerable there, although no, she's being forced back by Bubbles, knocking off that regen rune. But the HoN team definitely coming out second best in that fight, although the Legion did lose Class and Devour in the process. But they did get an all-important kill off on Rampage, so that definitely proving to be quite useful. I'm sorry, getting a kill off on Predator thanks to Rampage. And like I said earlier, Rampage is actually fairly useful against Predator because he can disable him all the way through his Stonehide, which is actually quite useful. That way he can't beat on any of the squishy supports during that time. I'm just watching Pharaoh trying to harass. Looks like we're going to see a push here from the HoN team. They're probably going to get this tower fairly easily. But yeah, as we were discussing, Roger Dodge's build, he's got 4 levels in Might of the Herd, 1 level in Stampede, 3 in Horn Strike. As we see the stun come out from Magnus and Witchslayer, Andromeda swapping then stunning as well. King Jitter's getting a hook on Pharaoh, nice from him as Class ults someone. No, he ults Hag. Hag surviving with bugger all HP, under 30 HP, very lucky. Class not managing to get an attack off to follow it up. Damn close, unlucky there. I think he just thought he had it there. As we see Hag still trying to build a Steam Boots. Actually, still got Devour chasing Slither, although Slither spraying him and making him back off there. I'm thinking Devour missed another hook.
Yeah,
judging by
he did miss another one there from point blank range.
Oh god. So yeah, pretty sure Cujo was controlling that Magnus. But anyway, got some trolling coming out from both teams, but this is an interesting Rampage build. I don't know, might ask Roger about it later. Personally, when I build Rampage, that's not the way I'd level up his skills. If we see Class is in a fair bit of trouble here, Class is going to go down. Yep, there he is, bang, dead. But also, at the same time, Andromeda in it. She's not even alive anymore, just gets smashed. As it looks like Bubbles has picked up his portkey. But I don't play a whole lot of Rampage, but normally I would level up Bash first. Level up quite a few levels in Bash before maxing out Might of the Herd, but who knows. I might ask Roger his reasoning behind it a little bit later and find out what his thoughts are. But anyway, so Bubbles.
I think it's actually just pick.
Sorry, what did you want to say?
Yeah, I think he picked up the levels of the Might of the Herd because he got the phase boots early. So when he uses the phase boots, he gets around 68 damage. I think. Yeah, 60 damage. So I think that's why he's picked it up. That's just my opinion.
Fair enough, fair enough. As we see another hook come out from Devour, though, missing everything there. Also, just looking at Bubbles. Bubbles has a fairly standard 4-4-2 and 2 at level 12. But yeah, Bubbles has picked up his portkey, so between Magnus, Devour, and Bubbles, they have a whole lot of surprise cockfag ability in the bag there. Being able to suddenly just completely just come out of nowhere and, initiate on the enemy team and then displace him. As we see a good hook come out from King Jitters, although Pharaoh trying to come in a little bit late there, not managing to save Slither's life there. As we see Rampage getting stunned, swapped, and getting smacked around here as Bubbles has dropped his ult, although Rampage now dragging Predator away. Predator, though, managing to get a whole ton of damage off on Rampage. Rampage going down. Looks like Devour also going down, but Predator taking a ton of damage. Predator might go down here and listen. No, it looks like they don't have enough damage to take him out. He's managing to steal enough life off Magnus, although it's going to become less and less. Can they take him out? Bubbles firing up a shell set, but doing it while Stonehive was up, so it had no effect, although he managed to get Song of the Sea off. But it looks like Predator's going to take him out. Predator has a Frostwolf skull. That is quite... But then it goes down to Magnus. Magnus just sneaking back, and nice dupe from Magnus. They're just doubling back and then blinking away. Smooth moves from him as he now starts porting away. But yeah, definitely early Frostwolf skull on Predator blood.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good pickup there by Predator. Yeah, we did see Magnus escape on not very much health at all then, and yeah, he picked up the Frostwolf. I'm not quite sure. That's not usually what I pick up on Predator. I would usually go for a Shield Breaker first or something similar like that, or even like a Brutalizer, just to amp the damage up a bit more than rather get into Frostwolf. What would you build on Predator?
If I was playing Predator, honestly, I would... Depends how my game was going, actually. If my team needed help really early, I would get in Sanitarius, just because that's cheap, easy to build, and quite effective early in the game. But it looks like they've gone for a fairly heavily farmed up Predator, so honestly, I wouldn't have gone for a Frostwolf Skull, as at the moment, like, one thing Predator needs is attack speed, and I feel that it doesn't really give enough attack speed to him. So I would have gone for something else a little bit early to boost his attack speed. That's why you'll see a lot of people pick up stuff like Demonic or a Frostburn first, just because they want the attack speed out of it. And of course, you could break up the Frostburn later into a Frostwolf Skull, and then just keep the fibre in. But we see Andromeda might be in a little bit of trouble here. But yeah, during that fight we saw earlier, Bubbles unfortunately firing his shell into Predator, trying to take him out. But he had his Stonehide up, as we see Andromeda getting hunted down and beaten up there. Of course, at this stage of the game, people are quite happy to tower dive past the tower, so it's not going to save you. As we see an invisible Devourer wandering around, he's picked up a Shaman's Headdress, and he's also got 2 Punch Daggers, so I believe he's going for a Codex. It's going to be fairly interesting to see that in action. I don't see Codexes very often in competitive play. I see Magnus picking up another item. Magnus has a Nullstone, and he's got a Warp Cleft. Is he going... This is interesting. Is he going to go for a Thundercore, or is he going to go for a Curious? I think he's going to go for... he's going to go for a Demonic Breastplate, I believe. Although, who knows with this build. Looks like they know, the Hellborn team know the Legion team are hunting their neutrals. As we see Barrow firing out some rockets, just trying to smack them around a bit. Predator is down in the bottom lane. Here we go, porting up here. As we see the Andromeda going down, and they're spraying away, but getting ulted down by Witchslayer. Rampage cleaning up Barrow there as Predator jumps in. Witchslayer in a bit of trouble here. Hag being minimized, although it looks like the ult's coming out from Magnus, but it's going to have very little effect as Predator had his Stonehide up for most of that. But Devourer wandering into the fight gets the ult off on Predator. Predator now in a whole lot of trouble here, going to get smacked around by 4 heroes. Goes down, and we see another late hook from King Jitters as it's a genocide on the Hellborn team there. But definitely, Surefire Gaming showing that they can work a very offbeat build here. As we see, Roger Dodger has picked up an Bound Eye, so he's picking that up to do counterwarding, I'm guessing, because the Hellborn team don't exactly have a ton of invis over there. I don't know, Blade, have you noticed, has somebody picked up a Shroud or something?
No. Yeah, as you said, he might be just picking up for counterwarding. The Hellborn team seems to be in a lot of trouble in this team fights because of the Bubbles and the Magnus initiation, and they're getting quietly beaten down quickly in the team fights, and Predator just comes in late, and he can't really go against 1 vs 4 or 1 vs 5 in the fight, so the Hellborn team might have to coordinate a little bit better, maybe get initiation onto the Legion team instead of Legion team initiating onto them. But the Legion team are getting right out of levels compared to the Hellborn team. We do see Bubbles on level 15, Devourer level 13, Magnus level 17, Witchsail level 11, and Rampage level 12, compared to the Hellborn team, which are currently sitting on Andro on level 8, Pharaoh on level 9, Slither on level 7 only still, and Predator on level 15, and Hag on level 15. So the Legion team are quite out leveling the HoN team at the moment. So I'm not quite sure if they can see this Rampage. Have seen him, and they do fire the rocket, but I'm not quite sure why Pharaoh fired that rocket there. I would have liked to seen Andrew come in and maybe swap Rampage, but yeah, that's. What do you think about that rocket going off there early?
I think he was just trying to steal the creep off him and just spot him up there. But as you said, the Hellborn team definitely getting left behind in levels, and that's mostly due, I would believe, to the 32 to 17 kills in favour of Surefire Gaming on the Legion. Because really, they haven't been doing, like most of the heroes haven't been doing a whole lot of farming either. But here comes a hook from Jitters, narrow miss there, shaving Hag's butt there. But like you said, to that last fight that happened up at the top, where the Surefire were pushing that tower, Predator definitely did come in quite late. I mean, really, when you see your teams having a tower push, right, you know, you see the enemy team, they aren't actually pushing your tower. You shouldn't be farming the Ancients. You've got to TP back straight away and get ready to fight. You don't want to try and TP back after the fight starts, because you'll be there at the very least, bare minimum, you will be 3 seconds late, you know, which is way too late. As we see Predator getting ulted there, and then possibly a bad hook there from Jitters. Hooking Clash going down to Predator, and then Devourer getting the ult off on Predator. Predator going down, and another genocide. I think did Magnus get an ult off there?
Yeah, he did. Magnus and Bubbles got the ult off onto 4 of the Hellborn team and just took them down quite easily. And yeah, we did see again there Predator get caught out, and his team really needed to initiate then onto Rampage, who was gripping him back. So yeah, the Hellborn team are gonna put up GG pretty soon, I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely. It's all about Surefire Gaming at the moment. They're definitely taking control of this match. And definitely the initiation from Bubbles and Magnus, or just, you know, the counter initiation, just blinking and getting the silence, getting the ults off, getting the stuns off, is really wreaking havoc with Cash Money Heroes lineup. They're just not really getting the initiations off. Actually, we saw that fight was actually started by Rampage just charging in there, displacing Predator, getting him out into the open where his team could beat on him, forcing the Legion, the Hellborn team to run after him, and then we saw Magnus, Witchslayer, and Bubbles just tear them apart as they all got split up there. But at the moment, it definitely looks like Cash Money Heroes are in a lot of trouble. Just the coordination that Surefire Gaming are using is really just dominating this match. As at the moment, Cash Money Heroes are 26,000 experience down and 25,000 gold down. Now that is pretty much a death sentence. They're kind of screwed at this point. There's not a whole lot they can do except put up a fight. As we see, Pharaoh has been spotted up here by that ward. He could be in a fair bit of trouble as we see King Jitters with a haste bearing down on him. No, not going for the hook. What's he doing? I'm not sure what Jitters is doing at the moment. Jitters, what are you doing? People are going to make fun of you for that one. As we see Devourer picking up a Codex as well. Really not sure about that hook. Just miles away in the wrong direction. Now we're rolling mid. Looks like Rampage now backing off. Although Hag feeling lucky, chasing it after Devourer. That could have gone pear-shaped. Had she blinked in on top of them, Devourer could just spun around with an ult there, and his team was close. Really, Hag's team wasn't really close enough to help out in any quick fashion. Also see Magnus rolling back to him. What has he picked up now? Magnus has a demonic breastplate, a nullstone, a port key, and it looks like he's picked up a hungry spirit. So, not sure what he's trying to get actually. Whether he's going for an abyssal skull, or if he's going for a whispering helm. Although I would assume it would be a whispering, an abyssal skull trying to share that lifesteal with Rampage. Or maybe not, who knows, as we see Class just doing a bit of we see a bit of counter warding happening up here, I believe. But also, Devourer solo pushing the bottom lane. Looks like Hag is coming to respond here. Hag has got a sustainer, hasn't got a whole lot here. She's really not looking too far up. Let's go back to Predator. Predator really falling behind in farm now. He's got his Frostwolf, he's got his Steam Boots, but he hasn't picked up anything. Like, oh wait, no, as I say that, he picks up a Warp Clef, so he's back up to speed. What's Predator sitting on GPM wise? He's sitting. Oh, Bubbles blinking in there with the silence. This is what I was talking about. Just Bubbles being out. Bubbles and Magnus being able to just come out of nowhere and bang, hi, I'm going to nuke you now and disable you, and just really causing havoc for the Cash Money Heroes. Bubbles has also picked up a sheep stick, so he is quite nasty to playing. I hear another hook come out from Jitters. No idea what he's doing. As we see the concede boat come out, so Surefire Gaming really taking that one quite easily with a Team Ice style lineup, with a lineup that really didn't make a whole lot of sense, but worked out just fine when they used their coordination. Just used some good skills, good coordination, and made it work in the end. So Cash Money Heroes versus Surefire Gaming. Cash Money Heroes losing the first match, and we'll be back in a moment to cast match 2. My name is Triumphant Man. Joining me in the studio at the moment has been ONG Blood, and we've been casting for Net Game Radio. We'll be back in a second with match 2 of Cash Money Heroes versus Surefire Gaming.